everything that we associate with a smartphone is just the internet plus portability, which to me is still just the internet.
It is still the internet, but that portability is what makes it so great and efficient. Like, I could be on the shitter and ordering pizza.
Yeah, but you could do that with a laptop.
Okay, well, I can be out in public and find where... No, like being able to... Just being lost in general and being able to pull up a map on your phone to find where you are.
That's another technology. That's GPS.
Can you just shut the fuck up and let me have this?
Well, hello there.
That was terrible. Yeah, we're never doing a cold start now.
And welcome to the Pocky and Flocky Shit Show, episode 2.
I refuse to do cold starts now because that was terrible. It sounded so unnatural.
Well, that's what we're doing. This is what we're going with.
Okay, I mean, it's not like I have any control over this because you're just gonna edit all my bullshit out.
Yeah, I'm going to edit all of your objections out, maybe. I might just leave them in. I might leave them in so that people know that I have control of this.
This
so
was
that
an executive decision.
I'm asserting my dominance over you.
Are you T-posing on me right now?
I guess. T-posing is too modern for me. I'm still of the Gears of War teabagging age.
Okay, so... That's so much worse.
Is it?
I would say teabagging is way worse than T-posing. One involves having a crotch in my face, and the other one is just kind of weird for me.
You're right. I don't understand. But here's the thing. I literally don't know what T-posing is. I haven't played many online games in a while. So I'm assuming T-posing is just the new... modern teabagging, right?
I don't think that's the case. T-posing is not something that you can actually do in most games on purpose.
Oh, then I completely misinterpreted this.
If you know anything about 3D models, like the default pose for a 3D model is the T-pose, in which the arms are outstretched and the legs are together, and they just kind of look like a capital T.
Makes sense.
And I don't know where exactly the meme came from, but T-posing for dominance, to establish dominance became a thing, and people in real life were just T-posing.
This is a real life thing. I thought this was like a Fortnite thing.
Speaking of Fortnite.
No! Speaking of me getting older, though, you'll notice that you don't hear paper anymore on my side of the recording, because I am now using notes on an iPad, because I am in the future.
Wait, did you actually have physical paper notes last time?
Yes.
I didn't hear any of that.
I had a Moleskine, because that's the kind of person I am.
I didn't know you did. I knew you had a letter written out, but I didn't know that you had that with you as like a physical thing.
Guess what? Tom has jumped into the future because I'm using an iPad.
Congratulations.
I feel so advanced.
I'm so proud of you, Tom. It is truly Mirai Zura.
Speaking of advanced, I got an idea.
Yeah?
Can we... Now, this is an actual idea I had. Could we do this podcast in Second Life?
I don't think that's impossible. The question is less about possibility and more about desire. Do you have the desire to do that? And if so, would you rather it be VR chat?
I feel like we've reached the point where Second Life is such this old-fashioned, closed-off thing that there's more potential for reaching a new audience by doing things in Second Life than there is just posting a podcast on the internet. Now, mind you, I know nothing about Second Life. I know absolutely nothing about it. I have an account. I used it twice, but I know absolutely nothing about it.
I feel like Second Life was so last decade, though.
Yeah, but people still do it, I assume.
Yeah, but there was a time where businesses were really, like, trying to make a presence in Second Life.
Yeah, people were actually making money in Second Life.
Yeah, there were actual corporate businesses setting up shop in Second Life, and I don't hear about that stuff anymore.
It's like EVE Online if you're even more boring.
Yeah, like if instead of trading like space goods, you wanted to actually trade Tide Pods or something, like that's the equivalent of Second Life.
Like I liked because I started thinking about Second Life because I started remembering. Because I'm about to explain it.
Do you have a Chunibyo moment?
I started remembering having fun in PlayStation Home.
I've never actually played PlayStation Home. I had, the PS3 at the time. They were advertising it like crazy, and I had it installed, and I launched it once, and I was just kind of like...
Yeah, it was by default on your cross-media bar, when they released it.
There was, nothing to do on it.
But I just have very fond memories of PlayStation Home. They're like that friend that if you think hard enough, he was kind of a dick in high school, but if you just leave the foggy memory where it's at, you're just like, oh, those were good times. I feel like most people in high school remember me that way, actually. If I'm honest with myself and how...
You're just a distant, vague, happy memory.
Yeah, I would like to imagine myself as a distant, vague, happy memory that if anyone actually took the time to remember me better, they'd be like, oh, no, I'm glad he doesn't show up at the reunions.
I want to say that's most high school relationships. Like, after you've left high school.
Yeah,
even thinking about specifically people that I used to like, on the surface, they're happy thoughts, and then I go, oh, that dude fucking sucked ass.
I have a feeling that technology may have ruined high school, though, because, I get to have existed in a time before Facebook and high school were permanently linked. So people get to forget about me. People get to lose connection with me, and that's fine. I like that. I don't like the idea of, the idea where you and your friend group, when you say best friends forever, it's actually like, oh... now I have to make an effort to actually get away from these people, and I can't.
I'm stuck with them as a Facebook friend, and if I unfriend them, they're gonna track me down and ask me why.
That happens like that. And I'm glad my high school experience, as far as tech in high school is concerned for me, I had a class on Visual Basic.
Uh-huh.
I had a class on C++. And we had AIM Instant Messenger with profiles. We had Craig, the loser who used MSN. No one cared.
Wow. Wow. First of all, how dare you?
Did you use MSN?
MSN was the shit, man.
Okay, so I have no memory of MSN.
MSN allowed you to make, custom emotes that were 100 by 100. They could be animated. You can send voice clips. You could do, voice calls and stuff. I loved MSN.
But how easily could you get into random rooms with people and ask one a cyber ASL?
Oh, absolutely zero. But that was after, I guess we're of a slightly different age. That was a little bit after the initial AOL boom of chat rooms.
Okay, so MSN, so his AOL Instant Messenger was king. AOL just not only owned your internet connection, but they also owned your entire online identity.
Yes.
And now, today, we just gave that to Facebook.
Yes.
Except we don't pay them for our internet yet.
But I thought Facebook was rolling out internet in some, rural areas. Or urban areas.
Facebook tried to release their own phone OS for Android.
I did not know that, but I do know that there were Facebook internet balloons at one point for
no, it wasn't an OS.
Areas.
I'm wrong. It wasn't an OS. It was a
launcher. Like Nova Launcher.
Yes, yeah. So Facebook had their own launcher.
Huh.
At one point, you can get your SMS through Facebook Messenger and have that merge into one account.
Yes, that was the thing.
And now, I don't think people will trust Facebook with that power. With that power over their phone.
I'm quite surprised, but I think we're getting off topic. I think the topic was how Facebook ruined high school.
It's true. It's true though. Like I've cycled through 4 Facebook accounts, all under different absurd names. And I'm so glad I got to leave each one of those accounts behind.
So, for me, high school was about the same time that Facebook started opening up to non-college students.
Yeah.
And so all of my Facebook friends are either high school friends or the few people that I had to connect with for group projects and stuff in college.
But don't you feel trapped? Like you can't grow apart now?
Well, that's why I don't use it.
Okay. I feel like if for this conversation to have worked, one of us would need to still use Facebook, and I deleted my account and you just don't use yours.
I don't think it's hard to grow apart from people on Facebook. All it takes is like one Minion meme and we're just done. If you post a picture of a Minion with like a mom quote on it, we're done. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the extent of our friendship.
I don't know why people latched on to Minions as a way of communicating literally everything, from just like harmless jabs to hardcore political messages. But Minions have owned it, and I don't know how or why.
I really don't know, but like that is really all our friendship is worth. If you post a Minion meme, we are through. I don't care if our parents are best friends and you were there for the birth of my firstborn. We are through.
Yeah, but Facebook keeps on like releasing these new ways of like they understand at this point now that there are social reasons why you cannot unfriend anyone. So we are letting you filter your feed so that you could pretend these people aren't your friends, but they're there.
That is funny because at a time I did have to use that. There were people that I had added for, again, group projects that I just felt too bad about unfriending, but they were also assholes.
I wouldn't feel bad about unfriending anyone for group projects reasons. That's a little silly.
Well, yeah, but I'm silly. So.
Yeah, but you feel the crushing pressure of, oh no, I've friended someone, and now we have a relationship.
And yes, we have this unbreakable bond through friendship that will outlast time and space.
Because we kind of got along in a group.
There's absolutely nothing I can do except make a friend group, put them in it, and set everything to private on their ends.
I have friends on Facebook where, like, when I deleted my account, I thought to myself, it's fine. I deactivate my Facebook. These people have my cell phone number. They have other means of contacting me. They know what my Twitter is. So if they want to stay connected, they can. But on the other hand, that's me putting all of my personal hang-ups and the pressure of the relationship on them. And that's not fair either, but I don't care because I hate Facebook.
That is something that is really weird that I've noticed. I've had friends on Facebook. I know they have my email. I know they have my Skype at the time. I know they have my phone number.
Skype.
Yeah, Skype. Just like MSN Messenger.
Yeah, Skype is the modern MSN
But
Messenger.
later. Not better, just later. But
literally
no.
true.
But no, I had, friends in real life that had my phone number, had my house address, they knew where I lived, they had my Skype, they had my email, and they would just only contact me through Facebook. Like, I would text them being like, hey, you want to meet up for lunch later? And they would message me back on Facebook. And I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
But this isn't
just
only
call
a problem.
me.
This isn't only a problem you have. This is a problem everyone's having. Because Facebook is people's portal onto that's their interaction with the internet. They might go online and never leave Facebook.
So is Facebook the new AOL?
I think so.
Did we make this closed garden environment for ourselves because we miss AOL so much?
But the problem is, when I look through my friends list on Facebook, it's a lot harder to find someone who wants to cyber. Flocky, what do you think is the world's greatest invention?
I don't know. Dildos?
No, think...
The Dildrome.
No, okay. Let's forget inventions we would make and think about inventions that have already been made by brilliant people. Spoiler, it's the car.
Oh, I was gonna say phones.
Can you imagine a world without cars?
Yeah. They're called horses, Tom.
Anyways, I wrote a story about a world without cars, and I'm just gonna let you know ahead of time, I think I may have lost the plot somewhere. Alright, so, the year is 3925. Most of humanity is doomed to walk everywhere because we ran out of gas because we built cars that consume triple the amount of fuel so that we could have cars that can fly with flapping wings. Since we no longer have cars, all humans are forced into smaller and smaller self-governing cities where we can only feed on bread and pigeons. By the way, we're on Saturn.
Why?
I didn't tell you that at the start. I didn't tell you that at the start of the story, but don't worry about it. We're all colonized on Saturn. You'll see why this is important. All right. In the year 3926, we have elected Emperor Robo Trump 2000 for the 60th consecutive term. We didn't realize he can get around term limits by updating his firmware. Suddenly, aliens from the planet Earth threatened us by flying into space using mutant bat dogs that breathe fire. But Robo Trump 2000 knows what to do. He decides to build a new ring around Saturn as a wall. A big, beautiful wall made of space bees who will build a big honeycomb around Saturn and Mars will pay for it. But what we didn't realize is that bat-winged dogs love honey. And so Saturn was covered in darkness as space bees and space dogs went to war for the rest of the time until the sun turned itself off or whatever. All right. So that's the story I wrote. I somehow forgot that the story was supposed to be about cars. I understand that. I think I got a little excited about it being on Saturn.
Why wouldn't this just take place on Earth and have the aliens come from Saturn?
Because I wanted Robo Trump 2000 to build a big beautiful ring around Saturn. That was the entire point of that. See, when I was writing it and I realized I wanted Trump to build a wall around Earth, I thought to myself, that doesn't make much sense. So then I moved all of the people to Saturn.
The logical choice.
Yeah, I feel like if we colonize Saturn, that would be a good time.
Oh
anyway,
my god.
That was a fun story, right?
It was.
Okay.
It was.
It's all about the shining, glorious technology that was the car.
Yeah, that's not what I got from that at all.
Okay. I mean, I understand that because I didn't get that from it either.
I mean, you wrote the story.
I mean, okay. It was a postmodern interpretation of the car.
Okay, I do really like the thought of spending 3 times the amount of gas for flapping wings on your car. Like, it wasn't a jet turbine engine. It wasn't like just actual airplane wings or anything.
I want cars that flap their wings.
And, like, the picture in my head aren't even, like, bird wings or something. It's, like, airplane wings that actually flap. And, like, logistically, that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. No,
but it's a hilarious thought to see, like, just think of, like, an airplane, but the wings, like, actually flap when it's flying. That's what I had in my head. Except for a car with a body. Car for the body.
Don't write us letters on it.
So, I would welcome it. I would love to have some discussion on how ill-informed we are because we're not going to read them. Fuck you. I don't care.
We might read them because, unbeknownst to you, we did get fan mail.
Did we?
Yeah.
Who sent us fan mail?
I'm going to read it. It's from Anonymous. Let me see here. Just scrolling. Here we go. Fan mail. From Anonymous. I've been a huge fan of this podcast since about an hour ago when Pocky asked me to write to the show. All my life I've wanted some form of consumable media that's sorrier than the state of my life, and now it's finally here. It's completely changed my life, and I've decided just to share it with the world. For this reason, I'm actually in the process of creating an amazing revolutionary company centered around selling essential oils that I was able to extract from the pure aura surrounding your podcast called Shit Oil. I tested it on myself over the course of 10 minutes, and I can tell you that Shit Oil is an incredible product that will change your life forever. It cured my depression, increased my physical stamina, and grew my dick 3 sizes instantly. Please continue doing this podcast for as long as possible. If word gets out enough, you guys are going to make millions by doing absolutely nothing. And that's in the business what we call a win-win. Sincerely, L. Shit. Anonymous. Anonymous. Totally anonymous. Don't worry about it. I thought it was a very heartfelt fan mail. And I'm glad we got it. No one's listening. I had an idea.
What?
So, this is an idea. It's like a sci-fi invention. And for this to work, we need to, as a society, agree on 2 things. 1, it's important for dangerous people to be locked away. And 2, it doesn't matter if we punish them or not.
Okay.
And I call it the orb.
What?
It's an orb that traps prisoners who need to be in there because they have committed terrible crimes. Crimes. And we need to lock them away forever. But the orb locks them away in a state of pure bliss, meaning they will never actually want to escape. And should you actually try to get them out, they would fight to stay inside of it. Think about it.
Okay. So you're either describing a hamster ball for convicts.
It's a good idea.
Or you're making jail a literal paradise.
Yes.
In which you're actually rewarding people for heinous crimes.
But the thing is, like, we have to decide as a society that locking away dangerous people and keeping them there is more important than punishing them.
I'm not going to get political on this, but I am. The United States prison system does not care about rehabilitation.
No, it doesn't. No, this doesn't either. This doesn't either. It's not.
But that's what I'm saying. If we don't care about rehabilitation, then we're caring about keeping people locked up.
Yes.
And that's already a huge money sink. And so
and
making
this is the best
it literal
of both worlds.
paradise but we'd have to spend more money making jail a literal paradise. And if that were the case, I'd kill someone right now because I get free food and, and room and board for the rest of my life.
We're part of the ignorant masses. We don't know about the orb. This is like some kind of Minority Report shit.
So it's a secret. Secret.
Yes, I'm talking serious conspiracy now.
So only after you've killed someone or robbed a bank or whatever.
No. This is for top tier, like the worst of the worst. We want to make sure their life is amazing.
So, like, if you're a serial killer,
yes,
you get ready for the electric chair, and instead of strapping you down, they throw you in a room, and you're at a Chinese buffet, and everyone's smiling, and there's puppies running around everywhere.
Absolutely. Isn't it that like this weird kind of vision of hell that I kind of love so much? Just like this world where everything is so wonderful, it becomes torturous in a way. That's not what I'm trying to make, though. The orb is for enjoyment.
So I'm curious on what would actually happen in a scenario like this, because I don't think this is a realistic scenario that we can. I don't know if there's any cited, examples of something like this.
But neither is Minority Report.
Yes, but what happens when you take these crazy, violent, psychopathic people and throw them into a room with other people, like-minded people, but in paradise?
We don't know, because let's face it, no one but me wants to do that.
That's fair, but it brings up a lot of curiosities, is all.
Yes, there's some great, tremendous ethical questions being raised here about, is this a good idea? Is Tom a genius? Should Tom get the Nobel Prize? Should Tom be immortalized in books forever? I think so.
No, I don't think so.
I think so. I think my contributions on this podcast will someday, certainly not tomorrow, definitely not this year, but someday be seen as a net gain for humanity.
I can see that, maybe. but if we're no longer talking about a giant hamster ball for convicts, then I don't think this is a very technology-based idea.
The orb is basically the holodeck, right?
No.
Yeah.
They're talking about actual facilities with...
Yeah, but how can you create a paradise individually tailored for each person?
Oh, we're talking about individually tailored.
Yeah, it's an orb.
Okay, so this isn't like just reforming jails and making everything great. This is actually... No. Huh. Does this mean convicts get put into, medically induced comas? Are they strapped to, VR headsets for the rest of their lives?
No idea.
What does this mean?
No idea. Convicts get sent to Sword Art Online.
I feel like Gun-Gyo would be a better choice for these people.
Too much fun.
Too much fun?
Too much fun.
I thought you wanted this to be literal paradise, though. Is too much fun a thing in literal paradise?
I don't know. I feel like I don't actually know where this idea was going. I just want to see what would happen if we put convicts in Sword Art Online.
What about Chuck E. Cheese?
Chuck E. Cheese Online?
No, not Chuck E. Cheese Online. What if we just sent all prisoners to Chuck E. Cheese instead?
Well, if they don't kill each other, the pizza will. Let's talk about something happy. Let's ask for sponsorships.
So, God damn it, Tom. As you may have guessed, this week's episode was themed around technology. And for the sponsor, I reached out to one of the tech giants of the world.
Ooh.
Dear Apple's Tim Cook, my business partner and I are looking for potential sponsors for our recently launched project. I'm writing to you today in hopes of establishing a mutually beneficial relationship between both parties.
Ooh, fancy language.
In order to take our project to the next level, we require better hardware.
Yes.
This is why I'm requesting 2 iMac Pros, 2 MacBook Pros, 2 iPad Pros, 2 iPhone XRs, and 2 pair of AirPods from your company.
I don't think that's reasonable.
In return, we are willing to feature your company in our podcast in the form of 30-second ads in 5 episodes. We feel that this is a very good trade, as with the exposure your company receives from these shoutouts, you will be able to make back the revenue for these in no time at all. Please reply, as I've already promised the iPads to my kids. They are very sick. If you don't, you're going to ruin their Christmas. Go to hell, jerk. Signed, Pocky and Flocky of the Pocky Flocky Shit Show.
That's good. That he thinks the iPads are for sick kids. I think that's all the time we have.
Okay.
I think that's all the time we have. I think this is the end of the show. Possibly forever. We don't know. It depends on if Tim Cook sends us some iPads.
Is it contended on that? Because I'm pretty sure we're out of business then. I'm like 99.99% sure there won't be an episode 3 at this point.
Alright, if there's an episode 3, then... Fuck.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But like, what would you do?
This is so not funny.
It is. This is a terrible episode.
We're just angry and old.
This is a terrible episode, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm really upset. We've been going 45 minutes and just haven't had a laugh yet.